Happy Monday, everybody. And here we are on, I guess we're getting to the end of the road here, right? This is the Dolton meeting. Is that Stan Brown? I think it is. I think it's Stan Brown there. But we are at the, come on, shut up, stupid phone. We are at the end of the road and we can't let go. But we're going to eventually have to let go because this is probably the last meeting of Mayor Henyard being the mayor. And there's the agenda is pretty interesting. That's basically a lot of redoing the things that she's done. So I doubt she's going to show up at the meeting. You do have the Henyard watch. We would love to see her have her last big speech, her send off, but it looks like she's not going to show up. But you never know. You'd never know. I see a few people in here. What's going on? Succeeding too. We see Stephanie. What's going on? I hope you are doing well. Wolf Among Sheep said, "Is House already sworn in as mayor?" No, he is sworn in next month. So this is the last meeting that Tiffany Henyard will be the mayor. Because I think they're supposed to have meetings twice a month. That hasn't happened since I don't know how long since I've been covering this. It's always been one meeting a month. They're supposed to have two, but this is going to probably be the last meeting before Jason House becomes mayor. I think early May. So we here just in case. You never know that she may show up. You never know. Most likely she won't. So I don't want to. I know a lot of people come in for the mess. I don't think it'd be much of a mess. The mess, I think, or the interesting part of this meeting is in the agenda, erasing a lot of the stuff that she done. So let me show you guys real quick. Let me zoom in. I hope you guys can see that. All of these businesses, all these liquor licenses that she did, that were approved, but she just vetoed. Jason House is going to have to sign these licenses. These are multiple businesses that Henyard, for one reason or another, decided she didn't want to deal with. So we're going to be looking at that. That part will be interesting. Other than that, we're just counting down the end. Tomorrow is going to be, I think, a Township meeting. So we're at look at Keith Freeman. I can't believe. You know what? Whatever. I know he's there for reasons, but I don't know. Oh, Jason House is saying something? I'm sorry.
Waiting for Mayor Henyard to see if she'll be present. If not, we'll begin the meeting with Mayor Pro Tem. So 10 minutes, we'll start at 6:40.
Dan Brown in the building.
Okay, I think he was just doing his usual, waiting for the mayor to show up. They're going to do 10 minutes, and then once the 10 minutes pass and she doesn't show up, they will continue with the meeting. But yeah, Keith Freeman is there. I think he's he has something on the agenda too. Let me put it back. I think I saw his name. Yeah, so he has a motion to approve the following business licenses. 44 East Assembly Boulevard. No idea what that is. And I guess they have an executive session talking about hiring employees, all that stuff. So that's what we got. This is on my iPad because I had to make a separate album for these screenshots, because if this popped up and other stuff would have showed, it'd be the last time I'll be on YouTube. But let me move this out of the way. And how you guys doing? How's the weather? We in Brooklyn. It's raining. It's not that rain cold flavor. It's a bit annoying, but at least there's no snow. At least it's not freezing weather. But I just find it interesting. Keith Freeman all smile. He's hugging up on the trustees. What a weird place. I don't understand it. It's either I don't get it. You guys get it? I don't get it. I mean, gotta be civil. But for me, if I was a trustee, I'd just be looking at Keith like, really, dude? You put us through all of this mess, bro? And you smiling at me with your coffee? Oh well. Anywho, it's always cold in Chicago. CL Smooth, a fantastic name. Brooklyn ill. What part of Texas you are, Wolf? Among sheep. I did enjoy myself. I was there a couple of weeks ago. I was in San Antonio, and it was not great weather. I mean, that was a couple of weeks ago. That was back in like mid-March, and it was like an 80-degree day, 90-degree. It's amazing. It's terrible in Brooklyn. It's a disaster. But I'm born and raised here. My business is here. I can't just pick up and go, unfortunately. Good question. Good question. Why is everyone so skeptical of key freedom, but so I don't know how. I would stay skeptical with all of them. I would not be cool with any. I would always look at everyone with a like a stare. Like, really? Come on. But that's how they do it. You know, this is how they want to run it. So be it. I would always have a look. I will always look at them differently. Because Keith Freeman was knee deep in the mess. Knee deep. He was orchestrating it. You know, a lot of people say that Tiffany Henyard wasn't necessarily the smartest person. He was the guy. But this is how they want to run it. I think they're about to start. Let me see if I'll check the volume. What's going on? Steve? How you doing? Appreciate it. Lise, what's going on? Thank you for that email. We gotta find a way to talk about that. I'm sure he's gonna be in the news. Marvin Sapp. I would like to kind of dive into some of the church and I know it's a sensitive topic. Oh, you definitely freezing. You're in Long Island, yeah, definitely. His connections and some of the you could say corruption or definitely some scamming going on in a lot of these in the church community. We'll see if we'll dive into that. Go Cubs, go Yankees. Are they still winning? I don't follow baseball, but I know that they use this new bat now. It's a tornado bat or whatever, and people were upset about it. So hopefully the Yankees could use all the bats as possible so they could win some kind of championship. It's been a while. I mean, it's pretty depressing. I'm not the Giants and the Jets. I'm not even going to be bothered to check out. Like, the Giants and Jets will just be an embarrassment. I'm not even going to bother to say anything slick about it. It is what it is. We're in a bad division, both divisions. We can't win them. It's what it is. So hopefully baseball can come through, and hopefully the Knicks get a good run in. You know, if they get to the finals, I'll be happy. But other than that, it is. Did I say tornado? I said torpedo. I'm an idiot. You can tell I'm really into baseball. I said tornado bat. God. Well, tornado bat would be kind of cooler, no? I don't know. You could tell. I just Tiffany Henyard it. You could tell I don't know what's going on. Let's see if the meeting is about to start. Oh, Vivian's playing with her camera. Oh yeah, shout out to Vivian Allen. This is the stream we're going to be using. I think I pinned the link in the comment below, in the chat above, so you guys can check that out. Oh, he's about to talk. Okay, we didn't start yet. Yeah, of course you can't fire him. Never said you should fire him. He is a whistleblower. He's probably talking to the feds. I understand it. It's just the energy. It just seems, I don't know. Maybe I'm just petty. Maybe I just don't forgive. I don't forgive easily. I just don't. It bothers me to no end. But also, it's politics. You got to work with people you don't like. So I understand. I say go Astros. Those are the guys who cheated, right? They hit they were doing some kind of. Didn't they win anyway? I guess it didn't really matter. They were pretty good even when they got caught. What's going on, Steve? Appreciate it. 31 months. You are amazing, Steve. Appreciate you, man. Just appreciate you. That's all I gotta say. Appreciate the love. I'm starving the board. I'm feeding the people. I'm starving the board. I'm feeding the people. I didn't read the first comment, so I'm not sure what was said earlier. I think they're about to start soon. You know, but some people, but maybe that's a flaw with me. You know, like I guess I wouldn't for it to work for me, I would have had a conversation with them personally and really talk to them to see exactly what went wrong and why they did the things they did. I'm not saying that you should not forgive at all. Like if you commit even if you commit a crime, you have to. It depends on the crime. For most crimes, you should be able to live a life after that. So I understand all those concepts, but it just seems to be a bit interesting. Is they talking? No, I'm not. I'm listening. Oh, Brittany was just on the phone. I thought she was talking. But there's a lot of cleanup. So this agenda looks like it's going to be a lot of cleanup. And it looks like for businesses, the amount of money that Henyard has lost by not signing these businesses doesn't make sense to me. So if you talk about economic standpoint, a lot of what they're doing right now should erase a lot of the stagnation of not able to provide those business licenses to the businesses. Like that's crazy. In politics, you're a mayor or whatever, you want to invite businesses. That's what you're supposed to do. Like remember those trips that she took, her and other mayors across the country, Mayor Kobe for South Fulton. You want to travel to bring business to your spot. But unfortunately, they were just doing it to have fun. They're about to start right now. Absolutely, she'll have a documentary. Absolutely. It depends on who's going to do it and, the kind of people that you would want to do it. Like, yeah, it could be a Tubi or Share Room or something like that or some kind of, whatever. But, like, if a Netflix come across it, I think it's going to be done pretty well. Or even like HBO or Hulu or something like that. But, yeah, she is definitely going to have some kind of documentary, some professional stuff. It looks like that's not going to happen. I think at this point, she's given up. I don't think she's going to show. But you never know. That's why we're here. It's like, is she going to show up? Is she going to have her last big speech where she just goes off the rails and crashes out? It looks like that's not going to happen. I agree, but I also think if you don't have the strength, the ego's too big. Of all the mess that she has done and just been involved in, maybe it was just a good idea that she doesn't show, that she just doesn't show up. If she really doesn't want to give props to Jason House and doesn't want to help the next administration, she doesn't do any of those things. Why fake the funk? I doubt she's going to be in politics anymore. It's over. She might as well just move on. So that's just my view on it. Thank you for the $4. I'm American Man. Appreciate it. Thank you for the support. I think we're about to start in a few seconds. We're just ranting. OnlyFans. Everyone keeps talking about that, and I know if she posted one, some of you, I'm not talking you directly, Steve, but some of you would subscribe. Because a lot of men are creeps. We are creeps. We are. And many of you, y'all type it in, nah, I don't like her. I don't like her weave. Y'all would click and y'all would watch it. So y'all be playing. No, now they're about to start. So let's get into it.
If you remain standing, I'll ask Pastor Fleshman if you can lead us in prayer, please.
I would like to, if it's okay, say this prayer. But I would like to actually just read a few verses from the Word of God out of 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter. It says, if I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but I have not love, for others growing out of God's love for me, then I have become only a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. just an annoying distraction. And if I have the gift of prophecy and I speak a new message from God to the people and understand all mysteries and possess all knowledge, and if I have all sufficient faith so that I can remove mountains but do not have love reaching out to others, I am nothing. If I give all my possessions to feed the poor, and if I surrender my body to be burned but do not have love, it doesn't mean no good at all. Love endures with patience and serenity. Love is kind and thoughtful. It is not jealous or envious. Love does not brag and is not proud or arrogant. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not provoked, not overly sensitive and easily angered. It does not take into account a wrong endured. It does not rejoice at injustice, but rejoices with the truth. Love prevails.
Amen.
Thank you very much. You're welcome to be seated. First item on the agenda is public comments. So we'll ask anybody who has comments for this body, please come to the podium. We have a 3-minute timer, and then I'll notify you if the time exceeds.
Good evening. First of all, I want to say congratulations to my new mayor and the board. I passed out a document, and anyone that did not get it that would like it afterwards, just so you have an idea where I'm coming from. I had a conversation with Mayor-elect House and told him I would be doing this tonight. And I'll read it to you. There are two of us. So, Mayor House Board and my Dolton neighbors, not just my immediate neighbors, but my village. Some of you may not understand my concerns and will probably not even care, but my neighbors and I still have concerns with the establishment at the entrance of our residential area, St. Patrick's Steakhouse. We know we all like glitz and glamour, and I'm not against that. We are not against economic development for Dolton. We need it, and we need it bad. The initial issue with the building was the fact that the residents, because of the distance to the residential homes and the busy corner, were not engaged. Because some things that have happened in the area prior, we are concerned. I and others, my neighbor and some other neighbors who haven't made it here yet, had those kind of conversations with the owners and even invited them to come out and talk with us at the tea, sort of a town hall. They said yes, then they said no, as they felt it would ruffle the mayor's feathers. Never mind our feathers. As existing business persons within the village, we knew the mayor was bypassing steps for them to keep their existing liquor license while denying others their license. The building is here, so we must deal with it. The dog and pony show we received on the Saturday of the tea was just that, a dog and pony show. They started their presentation out with, we can't really answer anything because of litigation, so the questions were not answered. Some were and some weren't. I have spoken to the original engineer from whom the issues regarding the building came from, and I have spoken to the second engineer from his last correspondence of July 2024, indicating it was not done. He verbally stated he was not provided the documentation he needed to complete the task. Safety of the structure inside and out is most definitely paramount, but my concern goes further.
We reached 3 minutes. Will you be sharing your 3?
Yes.
Gotcha.
I had an opportunity to speak with one of the owners regarding the trash. That's my major concern, the trash. I've made a joke of it. I do not want rats and raccoons coming in my house with a suitcase. That simple. We're concerned about our neighborhood. And if they're not, then I will expect this board, along with this community, to make sure they hold up their end of the bargain. I have, I won't read it all, you got it, but I have reports, I have inspections that are lies. I have an inspection that says that the containers were there January 30th. The first opening wasn't until February. The containers were placed there this past Friday. So I'm trying to figure out how an inspector can sign off on this document and how we accept it. I do not have inspections from the original complaint that the trustees brought to us. They say it's done, but where do we see that it's done? It's that simple. I thought it was my duty, and if we're going to be open, honest, and transparent as we say we are, not just the trustees, but us as citizens. And because they're in doesn't mean we turn our backs on them. It means we have to continue to help them be accountable. This is my home. I live at 15101 Blackstone. Any blind I open in my house, that's what I see. Less than 500 feet from my house. And if I don't ask for right, who will? Thank you.
You got 1 minute left, but I have two, if I may make two comments. First, I got paused. Okay, so you got 1 minute, 2 seconds, but I do, first, I want to acknowledge and congratulate newly elected trustee Mary Yvonne to the Dolton Township Board. So the comments have been shared, and of course we've had many dialogues on there. So we have, as a board member, we have a couple of different concerns and ongoing that we will make sure we continue to monitor. First and foremost, we want to make sure that the village has done all proper steps needed in the process of this building opening. We have our attorneys that will be reviewing everything and have been in ongoing review to make sure all inspections have been done, all things have been passed, structurally, because the last thing the village wants, of course, is a disaster, and we definitely do not want any additional litigation. So that's step one. Part two on there is we care greatly and tremendously. So when we're talking about the debris and everything that's over there, not only for this business, but all businesses, we want to make sure they are aware. Code enforcement, and I will be riding around, the trustees will be riding around, and we will be talking to all business owners. So in the coming days and months, there will be warnings issued, and if those warnings are not heeded, tickets will be following, and every step of enforcement, we will clean up this community. So I want to make sure that is understood too. But having said that,
thank you. Once again, congratulations. Proud of all of you. To add to Mary, the owners now own the soccer dome. And previously, attached to the soccer dome, going at the backyards of 151st Street, there's a privacy wood fence. It's painted red in color, and it has warning signs posted on it. I made some pictures, but I mean, it's my phone. But anyway, that fence, yes, it's in bad shape, but it still is up there. When you get to Blackstone, 150th and Blackstone, that fence continued, and it butted to the back end of the Veterans Hospital that is where St. Patrick is at. On that side, that privacy for Blackstone is gone. That was one additional layer of safety that we could feel. We didn't have to worry or concern about you get out of the bowling alley, you end up hanging out, you just run on through people's backyards. If they could put that fence, the extension of that fence, just you come by there and take a look at it, you see it's gone on the Blackstone side. And that would give some kind of protection for that lady that lives at 150th and 126 South Blackstone, or a friend of hers. Okay? I don't know about the potholes, but they are huge. 151st and Blackstone, and down the street from Deep Mid Elementary School.
So
huge.
sorry.
The whole 151st and Blackstone, my neighbor Patrick couldn't be there, but he had to get towed out. And he has a pickup truck. He had to get a tow in order to get his vehicle out of that hole. That was recently, 2 days ago.
thank you very much.
Greetings, everyone. First of all, I'd like to congratulate everyone that won in their respective races, in both here and Thornton Township. I think right now I'm feeling more optimistic than I have about the village of Dolton, and I've been here since 1989. I feel more optimistic now than I ever have, because I see we have good people in place. I also noted on the agenda, there's a list of businesses that have been denied permits and licenses and so forth, right there on the agenda on the first page there. And we definitely need to concentrate on getting those open and, in compliance with all the rules, obviously. But we do have a long line of businesses that have been done wrong over the last 4 years, and that is stifling the growth of this city and this entire community. This is not just one place. There's a list of places. And this is going on for far too long. So priorities being what they are, I'm glad to see that's on today's agenda. Secondly, there's a big elephant in the room we need to address. It has to do with our educational system. I think eventually we're going to have to team up with Thornton Township officials to get some sort of resolution to the school board problem we have. What we have right now is people getting paid at a premium rate, but we're getting dollar store results in our grades.
Say that.
Okay?
Thank you.
That cannot continue. So we're going to have to band together, come up with some kind of tutoring program or something, and hopefully we can communicate well with the new school board members, but we also have to step forward. Now, as you can see, I'm way too old to have children in school, but a lot of people that have children in school need to join this effort, because it can't be just the elected officials. Everything that has been done for the last few years has been a joint effort by both the community and the elected officials that stood up to the tyranny that we were living under. So that's a two-pronged approach. Hopefully, with the partnership between Dolton and Thornton Township and looking at the problem holistically, we can get our school system back together, and we can also come up with some kind of reasonable pay scale for the Dolton school district people. We know who they are, but
Yeah.
we've seen it. And just how do you get voted to? Another 20,000, we're already at 480. And then you got the worst results almost in the whole city, not city, the whole state. I mean,
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense to me. So we got to do something with that. And just one more thing, we got to get our voter turnout up. All the
Absolutely.
work that everybody did in the last two elections, not cold and rain and whatnot. The best we could do is 26% in the February 25th primary, and that was, in this area, that was the number one, I believe, that was the biggest turnout. That was the biggest turnout there was. So we need to get out, get on our neighbors, get them out here, and hopefully we can continue to grow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I want to give honor to God. I want to give him all the honor and all the glory for this great turnout. For our new elected officials, I congratulate you. I am so happy and excited to see you all continue in your role as mayor, trustees, and Madam Clerk, and our new attorney. I give you all the respect in the world, and I just feel overwhelmed that we all did this, and it wasn't just them.
Hello.
It was you, the residents, that came out.
Thank you.
And showed out. And from our new elected official, Mary, along with myself, I promise to do the best job that I could possibly do for Thornton Township, so both the township and the city can get out of the red and be productive.
Amen.
And I commend every resident that came out and showed out. And Mr. Lee is absolutely correct. Any event, we do not show up. Springfield is not gonna listen to us. They're gonna listen at another municipality that came out and produced more votes than we did. have to come out and exercise our rights to vote. I was at St. Patrick's this past Friday. The place is drop dead gorgeous. The event, the food was fantastic. And I'm sure, and I will go over there myself and look at the fence and speak with the owners to see, can we correct that problem? I've even suggested, and I don't know how that might work out, that even the residents on their block, just like they do in the city, get, signs to put
Permit
in front
parking.
of the residents' houses to say no parking if it's conducive to the village. And I'm sure we can rectify this because that's a beautiful establishment, and I hope to see more businesses come to Dolton because we can definitely use the tax revenue. So I'll go over there myself, look around, have those hard conversations, and hopefully we can correct that so everybody can be happy.
Thank you.
I do want to pause and give acknowledgement to our newly elected as well for Township trustees by themselves.
Good evening, everyone. Is that okay? I'll pick it up. So, just want to say hey, everybody. Again, I want to congratulate Clean House 2025 for the wonderful job that you guys have been doing, the work that you have put in, and the work that you're going to continuously do. So, just know that we're going to stay on you guys like we've been staying on here, and we just want to make sure that you guys know what the plan is, that you just do what you have to do to get our village back up and working and running. As far as the St. Patrick's restaurant, I went there Friday as well. Very nice establishment. I haven't been out in a long time because of a lot of things that I've been going through. So me getting out this Friday was actually like a breath of fresh air. Beautiful scenery, beautiful environment. Met up with one of the residents. I know she's watching my live page. But it was nice. It was something that we needed for this community. And I think that their vision that they had, it was truly put forth in the work that you see and the establishment that was built. I know that it was ugly when they started, but it's here, so we have to give them an opportunity to be able to be successful and to thrive in our community because we need this. It is truly a nice restaurant, and the prices are not even that expensive either. That's what blew me away because it was affordable. And that's something that, when we have people that do come to our community, they can eat something that's affordable, that's like Tinley Park or oil and prices, and they get a really nice picturesque, is that a word? I don't know. Yeah, it is. But they get a nice picturesque vibe. So I just think that we definitely can work with them, continue to work with them, everybody. If you do litter, don't. Please stop. So you guys have a great day, and Clean House 2025. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, Cross. And I just want to say congratulations to Mayor House and my trustees. You guys did a great job. And I especially want to thank the residents of Dolton that showed out because I happened to work the polls. But I don't know if I'm the only one in the room. I've been asleep since the election went over. I couldn't get out the bed. I had to get out the bed for this meeting. But I'm just so ready, and I'm just so grateful that Jason, Mayor House. Now, I've been calling you guys for 2 years. I was speaking that early. But I'm so glad that Mayor House and the trustees thought of a tea with the trustee where they're going to have a therapist to come in because the people that have fought in this fight for so long, it was very emotional. Yeah. It was a time that I had a meltdown with Jason. And I was like, oh my God, I had a meltdown. And we all know Jason, he like this. I'm like this. So I think it's important that we try to heal and not take old baggage into our new journey.
Yes.
So I feel that in my heart. We have to heal and let things go. It is what it is. Hey, we won. So we gotta get our village back together. And we're gonna be okay.
Absolutely.
We are gonna be okay. Look who we got as our lead. Mayor House and the trustees.
Hello.
We got the best. So that's all I want to say. I'm babysitting. My granddaughter's out of town, but I could not miss this meeting, so I had to bring my buddy with me. So y'all have a good evening.
All right, thank you.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I felt compelled to come up here because I was not at the victory party, and I have to congratulate every single person on this slate, in addition to Trustee Avant. And I was saying, that's going to be so weird. We call her Miss Mary or Mama Mary. Now I have to call her Trustee Avant. So congratulations, Ms. Avant. Valerie Stubbs, congratulations. I'm so excited for the Township, for the village of Dolton. And I also want to say, there's a lot of people that's been in this fight. But first, let me also thank the pioneers in this fight. Dan Lee, Camille, Thelma Price, Valerie Stubbs, Miss Mary, I forget your name, is it Angela? Yes. Okay, and just everyone that was, in it from the beginning. Karen, JB, the juice was worth the squeeze. Because here we are today. They've endured so much, but to persevere. Trustee Steve, I'm so excited. He had this smile that was so bright. I'm like, but I was just so excited. His smile just made everything worth it. So, but I also want to say, make sure you guys are patient with this administration. There's a lot of people saying, oh, they need to do this and they need to do that. They know what they need to do. That's why they voted them in this position. They know what they need to do. Give them a chance to do it without, people trying to direct them. You don't know what things have to be done before other things can be done. So give them a chance to just lead and do what, you guys elected them to do. So it's a new day, and I'm excited for everyone. Have a good evening.
All right, good evening, Dolton. My name is Jalen G. Thompson. I'm based out of the Village of Evergreen Park. I'm representing the Thompson family, which has lived off the 144 block of pretty much, it was multiple blocks. So Sibley, Kemlark, everything like that. They've been in this town since 1991. So first of all, to everyone who's here, let's give a round of applause to the trustees. The next thing I want to make it clear was, of course we know Ms. Henyard's not here. There's a reason to that. But the main thing I want you guys to pay attention on and focus from here on out is when you're doing something, if you're in a fight, stick it till the end. Because now you got a whole new administration. You know what they're doing, you got experience. And you also, let's think about it. I had to give you guys a round of applause because y'all fight this fight. You've seen everything, Thornton Township, the village of Dolton.
Come on now.
The village of Dolton is going to have a brand new day. Today is a brand new day. You got a whole administration that's going to bring brand new businesses to this town, so let's make it real. Thornton Township's in good hands too. Mary Avant, Ms. Stubbs, everyone is here, so you got everything you need to know. As far as I see it, well, Jason, we had talked earlier for the first time. The village of Evergreen Park, because that's where I'm raised up and I was born in. We stand with you guys. Because we look at it as you guys need support, so we're going to show you guys that same type of support. The same kind of love that you gave everyone else, we'll give it to you guys. That's crazy. So thank you guys for
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys have a good evening.
I wanted to take a moment to, of course, say congratulations to the mayor, to the clerk, to all of the trustees. Congratulations to Sister Mary Avant, Sister Valerie Stubbs, where is she? Congratulations. And look, sis, you can still put that mama trustee on there. You don't have to just call her. We used to call her mama, you know, you put that mama trustee. That's all you got to do. My name is Pastor Fleshman. I pastor a church here in the village of Dolton at 14540 Lincoln Avenue. I actually went to the military from 15139 Chicago Road in 1986. That was my address in 1986. And my parents had the house, and then my sister had the home, and then I think about 5 years ago, they recently sold the home. So Dolton, I feel like I'm Dolton bred. Church has been here for 16 years now. Brother Lee, I wanted to let you know that we are already working on a tutoring program with District 205. Amen. Okay, I've already talked with the superintendent, the assistant superintendent. I'm already in contact with some staff members. We are asking for volunteers, though. We're asking for all educators. I mean, even if you're not an educator, but you want to come in and you want to help out students, we're asking for all volunteers. I'm sure you can grab my number from one of the trustees, or see, like, that's Deacon Trustee standing around at the end. See him at the end, but Brother Lee, we are already working on that, but we do need the support, okay? The other thing I wanted to mention is that, Mary, I promise you that I will stand with you and hold them accountable. I will not allow them to come and trash up this community. And I believe that St. Patrick's heart is right. I believe that their mindset is correct. I believe it's what we need. And so let's stand together. You can call me. Just don't call me at 2 or 3. I don't get paid. You know? In the morning, I mean, not about 7 in the morning. I don't get paid. Prayer, fine. But, and then the last thing is this.
If I see one of them rats coming with a suitcase, I'm gonna call you.
All right, got you. I just saw this on TV. They got this new birth control out for the rats. Have you seen it? Maybe they can bring that and that'll work. But lastly, and I won't take all my time, mental health is real.
Yeah.
And we've been in a battle for a long time. Clean house has come.
Come on,
But now, clean house must even end.
come on now.
Because clean house is still a clique. Clean house is still a group of people that came together. And so now we must become one dog.
Absolutely.
With that love that I read about in the beginning, with that scripture, that's it, 3 minutes.
I didn't want to stop you, but I don't want to pass this on the road.
No, I didn't. That's why I ain't saying in the beginning. You told me to come up and pray that.
Flashman, we dog united now.
There we go. Dog united.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Angela Russell. I'm a newer resident to Dolton. I purchased a home here in December 2021. You all's initiation is crazy. I did not know everything that was going on until the last couple of years, and I've learned a lot thanks to all the information you guys have provided, both good and not so good. I've had an opportunity to speak with a few of you already about being happy that there's a mental health initiative. I work with a mental health program in Vision Unlimited, and I've actually already met with some of your faith leaders already to provide additional supports for communities in Thornton Township and other communities in surrounding areas. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to be a part of, me personally, more a part of all the great things happening in Dolton and Thornton Township, as well as professionally to offer mental health supports. So I'll be in contact with everyone. I've already talked to Ms. Clerk, so we will be in contact. We've already worked with some of your faith leaders to make sure that we can provide the actual additional mental health supports that we all need, not just because of what we've been going through as a village, but even our personal lives. So congratulations to all of you. My first in-person meeting, but I have been very supportive behind the scenes, and I'm happy that the tone of these meetings has significantly changed with the leadership that we have, and I'm looking forward to what we have to do together as a community.
Amen.
I want to say thanks to everybody for the comments. That will conclude citizens' address. And next, we will go right into general announcements. I'll ask any board member if they have comments at this time.
May I be recognized?
Absolutely, Trustee Belcher.
Whew, I got a lot.
Sorry,
Thank
y'all.
y'all. First off, I would like to say thank you, Village of Dolton, for re-electing me for your trustee. I am grateful for all the support. I am so glad that our community has come together. Dalton United, that's our new movement. Dalton
Absolutely.
United.
Love it.
That's our new movement. I will continue to be the representative that I have been, making sure that I'm held accountable for everything. So please keep me to that word. We have special edition, Tea with the Trustees, April 12th, Changing the Narrative in Dolton. Healing Together, Mental Wellness and Resilience After a Community Trauma. LaSonda Wilkins will be the guest speaker. It will be April 12th from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. right here in the Lester Long Field House. So Tea with the Trustee will be a special edition because through these 3.5 years, we have all went through some trauma. This has been very traumatic to our community. And so we want to start that healing process. Also, on April 26th, we have Recycle Day. Recycle Day will be at 14122 Martin Luther King Drive from 9 a.m. to 12. If you have anything that needs to be recycled, it's not a shred event, it's recycle, because people talk about shredding. It's recycling small electronics, things of that nature, styrofoam, paper, small furniture. It's on the list. I have a flyer, but it's a recycle event, 9 a.m. to 12. Then we have Prayer for Dolton, April 23rd. So we will continue Prayer for Dolton. We do it quarterly. We last met at Pastor Fleshman Church and Abundant Living Christian Church. This time we will be at New Life Celebration. I'm trying to find the flyer, y'all, because they got me the 12,000 flyers. Okay, New Life Celebration, Wednesday, April 23rd, 6:30 p.m. with Reverend Kimberly Short and Reverend Talvin Short will be hosting the Dolton prayer, and then we also have other pastors from in the community that will be there. So every quarter, we will continue to do Dolton prayer. This is just for us to come together. We just can't stop right now. We're doing it before. We got to keep it consistent because we need prayer in the community that strengthens us. Yeah. So we need to continue to be on one accord. The last thing I have is community game night. Trustee Norwood invaded my space. But we will have billiards and spades. See, y'all didn't even want it, but no. Billiards and spades, community game night will be April 25th. It will start at 6 p.m. at 14200 Martin Luther King Drive. A lot of people have been coming out. It's just a good time. Good time for the community. It is free. We have light refreshments, but it's just for us as a community to keep getting together. So those are the announcements I have for today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Belcher. Congratulations again. Anybody else comments? Is that Trustee Norwood?
Hello. Okay. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Right? I would like to thank everyone. We couldn't say it enough. I say it all the time. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go as a team. And that's what we have with Dolton United. So this is super exciting for us. I'm just so excited today because I was able to go into Village Hall and actually meet with some residents today. And they have a nice office set up. So guys, come in and come visit us. It was really uplifting, I would say that. So that's exciting. I do have several announcements. One is our taxes and insurance seminar. So So typically, every year, I bring our Dolton Township tax assessor, Cassandra Elston, to come out, and she makes it easier for residents to come to one location and just make sure that your tax exemptions are in place. A lot of times, residents don't know that just because you have a tax exemption this year doesn't mean that you'll have it next year. Doesn't mean that it hasn't fallen off. So sometimes what happens is the exemption will fall off, and residents are wondering why their taxes increase. So it's extremely important that you keep your exemptions in place. For seniors, we want to make sure that you are receiving your senior tax freezes or your senior tax exemptions. So come out, guys, and make sure that your tax exemptions are in place. That'll be April 9th, Wednesday, April 9th, from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And it'll be at our Clean House headquarters. So right there, 14200 Martin Luther King Drive. Come in and just make sure that way you don't have to go to the township to catch it. You can catch it right here in Dolton. Then for our Dolton Park District, our favorite park district, we have the exciting spring egg hunt. It's April 12th from 12 to 1 p.m. Participants will be divided into age groups, kindergarten through 8th, and they'll hunt for golden egg prizes. It is a free community event, guys, and if you all have any questions, feel free to call Dolton Park at 708-841-2111. They'll also have the Join the Fun. So if you have any children in the home, you can register them for flag football. You can go to www.doltonparkdistrict.org, or you can contact Dolton, and registration is from March the 17th through April the 6th, guys. So make sure you give them a call. And last but not least, I'd like to thank our favorite high school, Thornridge High School, for allowing me to host our very first job fair for Thornridge students this Wednesday. So it's extremely important. Some of the youth are graduating, they'll have their decision day soon, and it's important that they have jobs for the summer because we would like to keep them busy. That's the goal. So I thank them. I thank all the vendors that will come out and have live interviews so that the youth can apply on the spot. And we have career opportunities available. So we do have our local Soulworks located in Dolton, and they have an electrician apprenticeship that we like the community to know about, just for those who, we know that colleges are for everyone, but we like to let the students know that there are options. So our youth empowerment program is still hanging in there, and it's going to be back and better. If you are an employer and you are hiring, please feel free to contact me. My number is 708-968-4297. We can never have enough jobs for the children, guys. And then last but not least, the Chicago Sky Game has resumed. Every year I have Sky Game tickets. So you all can feel free to send me an email to see, to register for the tickets. bnorwood@dealdolton.org. We all know that a family that goes and enjoys a basketball game together stays together. So thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Trustee Norwood.
Mayor Pro Tem, may I be recognized?
Absolutely, Trustee Tammy Brown.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I also want to say congratulations to our Clean House team. Love working with these guys. I couldn't see it any other way. So I want to say congratulations to them again. Also, my announcement for this evening is Scouting for Food. 2025 Scouting for Food, helping communities in Illinois and Indiana. Every spring, the scouting community from Pathways to Adventure Council mobilizes across Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana to gather food for their neighbors in need. Last year, we collected over 15,000 pounds of food. This year, Scouts will canvass their neighborhoods to distribute informational door hangers on April the 26th. They will return the following weekend to collect donations of non-perishable, non-expired items to support local food pantries. We have a Boy Scouts unit right here in the village of Dolton, and they're out of New Life Celebration Church, right here at 142nd and Dante. We will also have a drop box in Village Hall if you want to donate any non-perishable items. They're going to distribute this food right here in the village of Dolton. So we have a lot of people that are in need, and these young men want to do something here in the village of Dolton. So I hope that we can get everyone's support to drop off some non-perishable items in the village of Dolton. I definitely will have a box posted there, and we will look for everyone in this room to help us out. Thank you so much. It's going to be in Village Hall. I'm going to have a drop box there. And then they're going to collect it, and then they're going to distribute it. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Trustee Tammy. Trustee Stan Brown?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's more than an honor to sit here in front of you again. So many things is going on, and sitting up here next to a Happy Monday, she keep a lot of fire going, so it's going to be a lot of fun going through this here road. And then, Brother Steve, we're going to be sitting together, young man, we got a lot to do. I'd just like to say most churches, their doors open on Sundays and maybe a Wednesday, but Pastor Fletcher and myself, we've been talking about this for about the past 6 years. We want to open up a Abundant Living Christian Center church anywhere from 5 to 7 days a week, because there's so many different programs that we're looking to implement. With Commissioner Harris back there, and along with other commissioners, and the superintendent, Courtney White, they're looking to do adult and youth softball out here in the main park here. So that's with coming. And we're going to have it at the Abundant Living Christian Center. We're working on it right now. We're trying to get some things together. We will have master plumbers, master electricians, and master carpentry will be coming, working out at the Abundant Living Christian Center church. So we want to have our church doors open. We're going to work with anywhere from youth to seniors that want to pick up any type of a trade. And also we will be having Mr. Calvin Jerry, our master tailor. He will be coming out working with clothes design. So all those things are forthcoming, and it's a good feeling to know that we got a good government agreement with the Park District and the village and the churches is coming on board. So we have a whole lot of things that's coming on Dolton residents. I hope everyone put your seatbelt on, because Dan Lee said it's like a breath of fresh air. Appreciate you, Dan Lee, for them kind of words, and that's definitely what we do need. And I did hear something about we need mental health here, somebody to come, we've been through some drama. So things are looking good, shaping good, going in a good direction. And also, Trustee Tammy, you didn't speak on the solar electric.
No, I'm sorry, you can't.
No, that's your baby. I'm working with you on that. So it's so many things going on, and so many things we try to remember, we try to do. So I don't know if there's enough days in a week for us to get all these things done, but it's just so much that we would like to give to our residents of the village of Dolton. So thank you for showing up and what's that, showing out? Yeah. So whatever that is, appreciate you ladies and gentlemen for coming out, and I ask again, give this board a chance to do these things that we're governed to do. Because definitely we're here because we want to do it. So if Tammy, if you can speak on that solar electric, that's a hot ticket. I hate for that to get away.
Well, I have two things. First, I want to say condolences to the deputy chief, the fire chief of Calumet City, who had passed away, and his services were this past weekend, correct, Ed? So I want to give our condolences to the deputy chief of Calumet City. Also, as Trustee Stan Brown spoke about, we have the Millennium Solar Electric Academy, which will also be at the job fair. As Trustee Norwood stated, a lot of kids are not college bound, not college material. So we want to be able to offer them something else besides going to college. The Millennium Solar Electric Academy is at the Old Standard Bank. It's an apprenticeship program, and it actually starts out as a 4-year program. It starts out with making $21 an hour. Once they're done with their 4 years of training, they make $99 an hour. And we are currently working, I work there part-time, so we are currently working on a project
we are in the process of assisting building a solar farm at Olive Harvey College. So I think it's a great thing, and it's just not for our young adults, it's for older ones too. And we also have young women that also participate in that program. It's a great program, solar electrician, and it's a lot of things that are going to be generated by solar. So we're going clean green, and we want to bring that here to Dolton, clean green. So stop by and visit. I'm normally there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 10 a.m. So you definitely can stop by for a tour of the Solar Electric Academy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so
Just
yes, sir.
just one more thing to add on there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're right now in a situation, we have individual elected officials on just about everything that's going on throughout the township. So I say residents, don't hesitate in touching bases, because we got trustees from the village of Dolton. We got Park Commissioner, I can see back there, Ms. Sandra Well, Commissioner Dolton Park. We got school board members, 205, 148, 149, Ms. Moody's back there, just been back re-elected to School Board District 205. Congratulations, Ms. Moody. So we have a lot of connections going on, ladies and gentlemen. So we supposed to get a lot of stuff happening here in the village of Dolton. Now I'm waiting for you to come to church, Mr. Allen Price. Thank you, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thanks, Trustee Stan. A couple of quick notes as well for myself. I want to thank Dolton Park District, as always, for the use of this space and the partnership that they've been giving to us over the past years. I see President Commissioner Willis Harris and Commissioner Sandra Wells, who want to say thank you very much for your ongoing partnership. We also want to mention that we're pleased to announce it. It's been open for a little bit, but we have the doors to Village of Dolton have officially been open for residents and in a nice and secure space. I also want to make sure that I acknowledge, because we've talked about the fight and the trauma that's gone on over the last few years, but we don't give enough credit to the hardworking employees who are here in this room that have endured the same level of confusion and dysfunction. So I want to take a moment and ask everybody to give a round of applause to the employees from the Village of Dolton. Another congratulations that I have to give is to my brother that did not have a moment to speak his piece yet and didn't come up to the podium, Edward Steve, for his new I really want to thank everybody in the community for coming up and showing out in the numbers that they did, and just for casting a vote. Our numbers in the primary were significantly higher than the last time. Our numbers in the general were slightly up, but we always want to encourage that vote. That means so much that everybody's voice is heard, and I mean everybody, whether they voted for myself or members of the Clean House ticket or any opponent. We really need those voices to be heard. Those who are with us, we appreciate that support. Those who are not with, we appreciate the encouragement that there's still another level that we need to go to, and we're going to keep working until we get there. I think that now it's time that we, of course, come together. Elections this last few years have brought out the worst in many people. And how could it not? I appreciate that the community has come together. We stood up for one another. And now we want to make sure that we acknowledge, no matter whom anybody voted for, whether it is the Clean House team or another, we are now just here to serve every resident, in the days of retaliation and blowback are over.
Yes, thank you. Amen.
I think Pastor Fleshman kind of stole the thunder a little bit as we talked about. Clean House has been more than just myself and Clerk and the Board of Trustees. Clean House has become this community, and through the coming days and weeks, you will begin to see that we will be transitioning that name to one new name and hashtag that will be coming out as Dolton United, that represents the family that we've become. So be on the lookout for more things that will be coming under the Dolton United branding. So having said that, I don't try to be long-winded. I feel like I don't have a lot to say. We just got a lot to do. So I'm going to go on to next on our agenda, which is the Village Clerk's report.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem House. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I just want to make sure, because sometimes I tend to push the mic away from me, so I just wanted to make sure. Again, I want to thank everyone for supporting me for another term as clerk of the Village of Dolton. I look forward to working with you guys closer, things that I was not able to do last term. I've already started working on them now, and I look forward to getting some things done that have been kind of a setback for the past 4 years. Moving forward, one of the things is being able to prepare this agenda for this meeting. I have not always been able to do it, which is part of my job as clerk, to prepare the agenda and a few other things, but it's all good now, so I don't have to go into details. But I just want to ask the Board of Trustees to approve the minutes for the March 3rd, 2025 regular board meeting.
Is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes as read?
Motion.
Is there a second? Second. Hearing the motion, trustee Norwood, second by trustee Stan Brown. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown. Aye. Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher. Aye. Trustee Mayor Pro Tem House.
Aye.
Motion passed. Thank you very much, Board.
Any additional announcements? Okay, all right. Next, we'll be moving on. We do not have a village administrator's report for this evening. Did we get an engineer's report? I don't believe we got one of those. We'll go to the department reports. I'll start off with the fire department. We have a deputy chief Calhoun.
Thank you, Mayor, House, trustees, Madam Clerk, all the residents. I didn't have a whole lot to say, but I did want to make sure that I really, something that's near and dear to my heart is my smoke detectors. I want you to have them, all right? So please, you're on your home, you're in an apartment, or whatever you have, call us at the fire department to get a smoke detector installed into your house. You can call me or you can call trustee Belcher. All right, so we really want to do that. We will be acknowledging some of our firefighters for some work that they've done, and these guys have been really kicking butt on a lot of stuff they do, including doing their job. So we'll be hearing about them being rewarded pretty soon, as well as we have programs and initiatives that we're starting, especially with public education, and I think they already kicked that off with the seniors. And so we are really going to be moving, and we're going to be collaborating a lot, even with the police department, and we're going to be doing a lot of things together, and you're going to see a little difference in what we do besides coming to your house with a big red truck all the time. All right?
All right.
So thank you, and you guys have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chief. Do we have anybody with the police department that want to have a report? Okay. Okay, no report from the police. I'm sorry, Clerk Key had an announcement as well.
Okay, it's not an announcement, basically acknowledgement. And I have to acknowledge my deputy clerk, because without her, there are so many things that would not have been able to get done. I would not have been able to focus on this.
Thank you, Eris.
Her job is not 9 to 5, it's like the 9 to 9, right? Because she never stops working. So, you know, she has to get acknowledged for the things that she helped this entire team up here to get things done when we were out here on the front line fighting for our community. So I just have to give her a special acknowledgement.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll see, we do not have, do we have a public works? Not at this time, the water department, so I believe that's gonna conclude our department
Yes,
reports.
that's the one.
I'll go next into the reading of, or requesting approval for our warrant lists. So first, I'm gonna start off with the electronic payments warrant list, with the date on it of February 28th, 2025. Corporate payments of $8,763.88. Water fund payments, $391,451.73. Total payments on this register, $400,215.61. I'll ask if there's a motion for approval.
I make a motion to approve the electronic warrants.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Hearing a motion by trustee Belcher and a second by trustee Norwood. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, next we have the accounts payable warrant list dated April 7th, 2025, with corporate payments of $880,061.77. Gross payroll for May 7th, $422,579.07. Gross payroll March 21st, $415,301.15. Melanie Fitness Center payments, $1,244.32. Total payments on this register, $1,719,186.31. Is there a motion to approve the bills as read?
I make a motion to approve the AP warrant list.
Second. Okay, hearing a motion by trustee Belcher and second by trustee Stan Brown. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, no, there is no old business. Under new business, we have the discussion of approval for MABA's 24 auto aid agreement. I'll ask Deputy Chief, will you elaborate on this for the community?
Okay, Mayor, with the Mavis Division Auto Aid, Mavis stands for Mutual Aid Box Alarm System. And this is there's a mutual aid system where other towns come in to help us in our time of need. So if we have a structure fire, we have an accident where we have to kill somebody out of a car or anything like that, or a hazardous material incident, we actually have other towns to come in and help us. And right now, the agreement expands as far as, I think, 21 communities that all come, if they're called, or there's special units that come in to help us perform these tasks. So that's what that's for.
Thank you very much. So I will ask for a motion to approve the auto aid agreement. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Hearing a motion by trustee Norwood, second by trustee Belcher. Any discussion? Hearing none. Oh, clerk, trustee Belcher.
How long is that agreement?
It's yearly.
It's annually?
Annually, yeah.
Okay.
Any further discussion? If not, clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, next on the agenda is a discussion around a forensic audit and placing an RFP out for the village of Dolton. That's trustee Belcher.
Good evening, everyone, again. I placed this on the agenda for discussion for a forensic audit coming into the new term, the new administration. It will give us some clarity on what we don't know. And I'm asking if we can place a referendum, RFP to get some quotes on how much it's gonna cost. And I know that a lot of people are, oh, it may cost so much. It's better to pay than to wait until we're a year down the line and still finding out things that we didn't know about. So with the scope of this forensic audit would be the police department, the water department, the housing department, just in reference to make sure that we know what's happening. And then we can start tackling how we can start fixing it. So the referendum would, I don't know why I heard some referendum, the RFP. I'm thinking about something in my head that I want to talk about, but the RFP will be submitted to the clerk, but it will go on the website, so people can go on the website and get all of the details that if they know a company or something that help, but we will be in search of companies that can do a forensic audit of the village and get the pricing for it.
Okay, would you like to make a formal motion for us to move this one forward?
Yes, I'm asking for a formal.
Okay, you're making that. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, I hear the motion from trustee Belcher and second from trustee Tammy Brown. Any further discussion on this? Hearing none, I'll ask Clerk Key for a roll call, please.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, next on the agenda is a motion to override Mayor Henyard's de facto veto of the following business liquor licenses and allow Mayor Pro Tem House to sign said licenses that have been approved by the corporate authorities. I'll name the ones listed. I'm actually going to ask for an amended motion, and I'll read. There are several businesses that we need to add into this as well, or I'm asking that we add into this, so I'll go through those really slowly so that they can be transcribed and everybody's aware. So I'm asking for Born to Explore Development Center, 1021 East Sibley, Calumet Conservation Club, 14736 Beachview, Community Leadership for Children and Families, 14818 Chicago Road, Dream World Furniture, 1113 Sibley, Illinois Action for Children, 729 Ingle, J World Beauty, 1221 Sibley, Patco, 14622 Lakeside, PMR Illinois Holdings, which is at 600-618 Sibley, 150 Lincoln, SSG, Dolton, 14900 Woodlawn, the Pope Man Company and International, 1000 Sylvia, so 1000 Sibley, BTR Way CDL Training School, 14220, Marine Services, 14001 Cottage Grove, RE World, 1040 Maryland. Let's see, I think there were a couple of additions. Okay. Oh, Marine Services. That's on there too? Okay, yep, that would be all of them. Okay, yeah, those, so I ask for a motion to approve those. Okay, and 44 East Sibley. So we want to add that as well. So I ask, is there a motion to approve the business licenses as read into record? Motion. Okay, a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Here a motion by trustee Stan Brown, second by trustee Tammy Brown. Any discussion? No discussion, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay. Next on the agenda is item D, motion to accept Premier Bank's offer to bring Public Works leases current. I'll ask Attorney McGrath to elaborate.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Actually, for item D and E, I'd ask for a short executive session just to go over the terms.
Okay, so we'll move those to executive session and we'll vote after. Item F is a motion to approve ordinance 25-001, providing the commencement of terms for the officers elected at the April 1st, 2025 election for the village of Dolton. That sounds important. So is there a motion?
I
there a second?
Second.
I have a motion, trustee Belcher, second, trustee Tammy Brown. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown. Aye. Trustee Norwood. Aye. Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher. Aye. Mayor Pro Tem House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay. Item G was added in addition to item C, so that has been covered. Next, we would have executive session. Is there a motion that we go into executive session?
I make a motion.
Is there a second? Second. Motion.
For the purpose of pending and threat litigation.
Okay. Thank you very much. We got trustee Belcher made the motion. Trustee Stan Brown with the second. Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown. Aye. Trustee Norwood. Aye. Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher. Aye. Mayor Pro Tem House.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned for executive session at 7:47 p.m.
Executive session.
Spell check. That parody account is making me laugh throughout watching this. So we're gonna hang out. I don't know how long executive session is going to be. I could put up some of the agenda. So this is the biggest question I have for you guys. Is that the real Pokemon? Like, is it a Poke restaurant, or that is like legit Pokemon? Like I'm just saying, is that real? It's probably Poke, right? It's probably like you know the bowl with the rice, which I'm a big fan of. I like it. It's healthy, but me, you know, I know I have a big bag. It doesn't fill the stomach the way it should, like a nice couple of slices of pizza. But if Tiffany Henyard has a beef with the Poke company, like, come on. That's just ridiculous. But so this is what I guess some of the businesses that Tiffany Henyard had a veto. It's a motion to override that veto following business liquor licenses allow the Mayor Pro Tem Jason House to sign said licenses that have been approved by the corporate authorities, and they're gonna Doge. I mean, that's the financial audit. I mean, that's gonna right if it's supposed to be. I mean, again, I know a lot of people have issues with Doge, and I got time for all that. Thank you for hanging out with us, Fake Tiffany here. Appreciate the laughs. You had pretty good lines there. But look at all these companies that she did not sign these licenses to. You know, if you want a strong administration, you want your businesses to come in, to thrive, to flourish, to provide people jobs. It provides economy. It provides services. It keeps people there because some of these companies can actually do very well and help the community. And the fact that she held these businesses up doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Tiffany has a beef with anyone that she owes money to, or just if it's not helping her out in one way or another, she is going to make things difficult. So that's what is now the executive session. I think this is what they're going to be talking about. Don't know what they're going to be doing so much in terms of what they come out and what they say, but this is what they're going to be talking about. What else? Was anything else? Anything else that we can talk about? Yeah, obviously the forensic audit. I mean, that's important. That's extremely important. Yeah, I think so. And what you guys think about what was said earlier about the St. Patrick's restaurant? So I remember a long time ago when this was that restaurant's being built, and that's the interesting thing about this saga. It's a true saga. It's been, I've been covering it for a number of years, but obviously these people have been in the thick of it for the 4 years that she's been called the super mayor. At one point, the building it seemed to me, and I saw meetings where Belcher was like, is this building even functionally sound? Like, is this building even has all its structure in place so it doesn't collapse? I remember that point. Then it went to, there is some intermingling with the person who runs, who owns it, that they bought a piece of land that Kamal Woods had, and he bought it and got a good good deal. And they seemed that they were cool. But then obviously I think even the people at the St. Patrick's realized the writing was on the wall and Tiffany Henyard was going to be in a lot of trouble. And then they kind of turned on her, and then they had to go back and forth because Tiffany Henyard would not sign their business license. So they're cool now. Like, St. Patrick is nice. They're cool. But then it turns out that there's certain things that some of these residents are upset with, how they, I guess, the parking situation. So we'll see how long all of the kumbayas and all of the positivity, positive vibes connect with this situation. As much as I probably will not be covering this meetings the way it's been before. At this point, you need time for them to kind of get their act together and see what's going on. If there's something crazy that happens, obviously, I mean, I'm not stupid, but in terms of, that there's some kind of issues, what's going on, yeah, we may cover it. But I think at this point that there's tons of Dolton YouTubers, Vivian right there, like she said, she's not going to stop. There's a lot of YouTubers now that are there filming. I think there's probably 3 or 4 right now who are there. They're going to continue to cover this situation. There's a lot of people, a lot of other places to talk about, a lot of topics to cover. So, now it becomes like a real politics, like true politics in terms of, okay, are the things that Jason House is doing, is that a good idea? Are there bad ideas? Those are more on that length, other than me, because I was here for Tiffany Henyard and her nonsense. There will be more live streams. I'm going to try to do at least, if this situation kind of dissipates, I'm going to try to do at least once a week with some of the stories that I'm covering. I will definitely do it because I do enjoy it. We have good conversations. I love the fact that you guys are cool with me when I talk about something totally different. Last meeting, we probably spoke a good hour about R&B, which has nothing to do with any of this. And it's interesting because my the live stream got hit with a copyright because I guess I kept the Mary J. Blige part of, because they was playing it at the victory party, and I guess I kept that on for too long because it was a few issues, it was a few songs, but for some reason, the algorithm picked up that Mary J. Blige was singing, which is funny because many of you guys believe that she can't sing. So I had to cut that part out. It wasn't long, but these music companies do not play around with their music. If there's 5 seconds of this song, 6 seconds of the song, the whole stream becomes not monetized. I was able to cut that out. That was fine. But I appreciate that you guys who come in, and I've recognized so many names. I'm sure you guys are going to be coming in for other topics as well. We can try to keep it within what you guys come here for. Now, is there anything going to be as crazy as Tiffany Henyard? No, but it gets close because it's tons of weird mayors out there, weird situations. So I think we'll be fine. A lot of people think, once Tiffany Henyard, will people stop watching YouTube? All the YouTubers will quit? That's not how YouTube works if you're doing it constantly, because there's a lot of similar stories that you can cover. It doesn't have to be Tiffany Henyard. Obviously, you have to also train the YouTube algorithm to kind of realize, okay, I'm talking about this stuff, what's going to happen? So, yes, I will be covering that. I think it's at that annual meeting where some of the residents vote. I think I was there last meeting, or last year. But yeah, we'll definitely do that. So it's two back-to-back meetings, and that's kind of at the end of, and I know there probably gonna be some YouTubers covering the inauguration. I don't know if I will. There's going to be enough people doing that. If there's something interesting to talk about there, obviously maybe I'll cover it. I've saw a few Flint, Michigan meetings, and they are spicy. There's so many. There are so many small town meetings. If you have some, even if they're old, email me at h@hannibalhungry.com. We could cover, even if it's something that in the past, because usually that's what we do. We check out the live streams. We check out some of these meetings. A lot of these meetings, these local meetings, are online. They're streamed online and they don't get a lot of attention. So if there's something happening where people's rights are being taken advantage of, they're not being recognized, they're not able to exercise their First Amendment rights, or the mayor is just losing their mind, email me. Let's talk about it. Let's bring it to light. So I have no problem with that. If you like this content, my mission is to continue to provide the stuff that you're interested in, and that's predicated on the engagement. That if I realize a lot of people care about this situation, then we'll dive into that situation. So, Chicago. I mean, I've done a few videos on Chicago. Brandon Johnson hasn't been the greatest mayor. I think he probably has the lowest ratings of all the mayors. I also have issues in my place of New York City. I had a video 2 days ago talking about pay for play with the FDNY. The fire department was collecting bribes, okaying the safety of a building. Because when you are building a structure, it takes a long time because the FDNY, they have to come and make sure this building is up to code. So, it doesn't become a fire trap and murder people or people die. And there was two very prominent FDNY people collecting bribes so the steakhouse in Manhattan somewhere can get picked up and I guess go through the red tape faster. So I have that, and obviously there's the ND, the cops, the overtime, the scamming that they were doing. So there's so much to cover. I appreciate the $5 super chat from KC Cat. Appreciate those memberships. Anyone who got a free membership, please, you give thanks to KC Cat. That's amazing. Been a great supporter of this channel. There were concerns where it was structurally sound, but still isn't known if it was a TIF interference or not. Yeah, hopefully they got it. I mean, I hope that the building is safe. Obviously, because it looks nice and you don't want people hurt. So there was some confusion in the beginning. Was it interference with Tiffany that made it seem like it wasn't secure or it wasn't structurally sound? Is it all good now? I mean, there are obviously some concerns with some parking situations. So I also want to say this right now. But Tiffany Henyard, we will continue to follow her nonsense. If she has a reality show lined up, or she has a big interview lined up, or she's posting stuff on social media because she's no longer the mayor, of course we will cover her nonstop. If she's doing something weird, we'll talk about it. Still wondering about how that cop got 306 hours overtime in a 2-week period. He lived with her apparently. I mean, Tiffany Henyard was making them work a lot. And it was an unreasonable amount. She wanted to act like she was the president. She acted like she was very important. So yeah, it could have been some weird manipulation with numbers, but from what I heard, she had those cops around all the time, traveling places that they probably outside of Dolton. They were all over the place. And then because she thought about, someone's going to do something to me. And it looks like nothing happened after she lost that security detail. Yeah, so I'll definitely check out Flint. I know Flint was a thing. I mean, I'm still will be focused on Township. Mayor Jada Curry, there's some issues there. And she didn't have no one to run against. She won her primary and then she ran unopposed and she's the mayor again. And she's going to make a ton of money for a town that doesn't have 20,000 people. I mean, you guys who live there, let me know how many people are in Linwood. And she's making a ridiculous amount of money. And there's some weird way of how they was categorized where it made it seem like she was getting paid a lot of money just to show up for meetings. So there's still stuff going on. Obviously with Harvey, with Christopher Clark. You still have an indicted mayor in Riverdale. There's some issues with Thaddeus Jones and the mayor of Calumet City with the clerk and how they have some issues back together. And they both have been elected to do another 4 years together. And I think they have issues going back and forth as well. So there's a lot to cover in here. So I necessarily will not cover it at all. Of course not. But the date, the meetings, if it's going to be like meetings like this, it's not really much to talk about. And I know there's some people having some issues with the thumbnail. It's interesting because I've done this multiple meetings where these meetings or these live streams are set up days and ahead of time. So I put a thumbnail in there, but I don't know. I mean, I think only people who are pretty or a little upset they don't come to the channel often enough. Usually you would know if she's going to show up for these meetings. If you've been following the story, you'd know that it's a good chance she may show, she may not show. I mean, that's the unpredictability nature of it. The last meeting she did show up for a Dolton Township meeting. So I have a thumbnail, again, the placeholder. I did it a couple of days ago. She may show up. She may not. I have no clue. I mean, most likely she's not going to show up. But, just for the confusion, I will probably change the thumbnail and probably put no show because she didn't show up. But it's interesting because I know other people who have thumbnails and other live streams. I'm sure they have Tiffany Henyard's face on there. So, apologize for the mix-up. But, I didn't know. The live was made days ago. It wasn't. I don't just pop the live up and just put a picture of Tiffany Henyard. It was done days ago. So, and also, I know a lot of people only come here for Tiffany Henyard, and that's totally fine. And I guess if she wasn't here, you probably leave. But the people who are in this chat, the people who have been here since the very beginning, there's some important information being discussed. They're basically trying to override all of Tiffany Henyard's nonsense. So if you care about the citizens of Dolton, even if you want to check out this meeting for a few minutes to see exactly what they have to do. And I was saying earlier about all these licenses that were not signed. That's damaging to the village. So appreciate you guys for hanging out. Succeeding 2 with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Another person that's been a great supporter of this channel. The interference was from the engineering firm. Tiff tried to get the village to cover. Okay. I mean, as long as I'm sure there's a lot of issues that there was a relationship between the owner of St. Patrick's and Tiffany Henyard. It seemed that they were cool. Obviously, they got the property from Kamal Woods. Then there was some issues, just like all the other issues she has with Supermayor. She's really you become really good friends, and a lot of positivity is exchanged, and then some beef happens, some issues happen, and then Tiffany Henyard withholds something because you didn't ride with her 100%, or you didn't give her enough money, or whatever the issue is, and then the issues become, now you gotta go to court to force her to sign these liquor licenses. So I don't know if Tiffany doesn't talk. I mean, she talks, but she doesn't really explain a lot of these issues. So it just shows that she's just playing the system and being really, really aggressive. KC Cat with a $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Linwood has over 9,000 residents. So from what I hear, and I didn't get a chance to check out some of the information I received, is she going to clear over 6 figures to be a mayor of a town with 9,000 people? With just over 9,000 people? And the fact that she was able, after that news story came out, where they were asking her questions and she ignored her when she went into, I guess, the building, whatever. She had a meeting and people were clapping. Standing ovations. I guess they're saying that she deserves it and more, even though she is doing some weird finessing with the numbers to get that kind of money. So that's why I call Mayor Jada Curry true Tiffany 2.0, because obviously she's better at this. She's able to win a re-election unopposed, and she's able to finesse and make 6 figures as a mayor of only 9,000 people. Tiffany Henyard could not finesse it. She finessed enough where she became mayor and supervisor, but basically crashed out. So some people say Mayor Jada Curry is doing a great job. A lot of people say she isn't. Making that much money for 9,000 people as a mayor is ridiculous. Plain and simple, ridiculous. Then getting paid a little like, to me, 5 figures to show up at meetings. I mean, anyone would take that job as a meeting. So we'll see. We'll see. So to say we'll be completely removed ourselves from the area, probably not. I don't think so. I still get a lot of information. Salt Village, which is another small village, that mayor he got voted out, and he was doing some nefarious things allegedly. So there's always someone in this area, and also I will make a video talking about, I guess, that to ask, or at least to answer that question, why is there so much corruption in the state of Illinois? And it's a lot of it is it's just too many small little local governments. There is a video. No, there's a I think I saw a YouTuber talk about this, where there's a bill, Illinois bill that's being passed around that will limit townships. Any township under 5,000 people will be eliminated and be absorbed by a bigger entity. And obviously, there's some people who are against that. But should you have a Thornton Township if the benefits and what they do is already being duplicated? Should you have it? Is it just too much mess where it's these townships are being used to gather power and money for a few? And to eliminate that, why do you need multiple townships doing the same thing the bigger entity is doing? That's a question that only people who live there should be talking about. So we'll definitely dive into some of, I guess, the more bigger arching issues rather than like the day to day of what Tiffany did today and what blah, blah, blah. Etas says now that U.S. aid is shut down, all that money went to support small is also shut down. So that also, obviously, what happens in the federal government obviously dictates what happens in local government. But the question still remains: should they have so many townships? They have a ridiculous amount of townships. Is it just more confusion and more chances of something going wrong? Is what I guess the question I'm asking. Actually, can I find that article? There's an article about limiting the townships. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. It was like something was new. Townships, and it's like ending them or something. Come on, stupid computer. You know what I'm trying to do. There's something ending townships. My problem is I keep typing in townships and all I just keep getting is I just keep getting Thornton Township brawls and stuff. Okay. I think I got it here. The super server, he's been talking for a minute. I'll give it props to that. Anyway, let me show this real quick. So this is article that came out a couple days ago, before April. Illinois lawmakers look to eliminate townships with new bill. So this is what I guess the bill that is being passed in the Illinois House of Representatives have proposed a new bill that will dissolve townships in the state that have a population under 500. So I don't think this doesn't necessarily is about Thornton, but I'm just saying in general. They said this is an unfunded mandate, says County Board member Dan Jones. They're saying that some people are against this bill. They said our biggest issue that we have expand because wait, hold on a second. Our biggest issue is that we would have to expand our they cut, I guess the word was cut out, because we're such a geographic local area that we would have to expand our road and bridge division to such an extent that it will become prohibitive to the taxpayer. They said that Ogle County has 25 townships that would be consolidated due to the lack of residents. So this is more like if you only have 500 people, I guess it doesn't really make sense to have a township. But what if this becomes a bigger thing and say, you know what, maybe every 10,000 people will miss a township? Paul Roberts, appreciate you for coming through. You've been a big supporter of the channel as well. Illinois has more elected government offices than any other state. Some small townships have 8 elected officials for less than 1,000 residents. that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. At least in a perspective of efficiency and organization, I just don't see why you need. It just seems a bit much. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Succeeding 2 says there are 1,428 such townships. That's a lot. How many people here? How many people there? Thornton has about 165K, but lost a lot of people due to Indiana. So Thornton probably won't be the one being affected because they seem like I think they're the largest township, right? 16 or Paul Roberts. Thornton is the largest township. Let me know if I'm correct about that. Small government. Now, Todd, I do agree with that. Like my political affiliation, I always feel like it's always to me libertarian. You know, I like small government. Get the bigger government out of the way. But we're talking about this is state government, right? We're talking about just Illinois. Do you need this much these townships, and is it working? Now, if it's working, then it's all good. But you saw with the township, when someone comes in and disrupts everything. Another issue that I've noticed with Illinois, it's really hard to kick people out. I mean, yeah, there was a recall, but that recall mechanism wasn't the way it was supposed to be for Dolton. That's why Tiffany Henyard was able to beat it. But it seems like it's really hard for Illinois to boot people out when they suck at their job or like any kind of any issues. It's really hard for Illinois politicians to get out. So there's some issues that I think it's probably a good idea to fix. But Thornton Township is the largest. So it'd be hard. Rockford has so those two big ones, they're probably not going to, there's going to be a big fight to eliminate those. But do you think a township with 1,000 people, or do you think that should continue? Let me know as we chat about this. But as they're still waiting for executive session to finish up, let me see if there's anything else here. But some people like it. They say townships. They said, this person says townships are essential. Damn it. Okay. Yeah. Number one, they are the government closest to the people. They do a lot of local government services with the road maintenance and township assessments. They also have township aid that is also assumed by the county. We have to anticipate and have the visionary enough thought process to think, what if we run into emergency? So I don't know if this bill is actually going to go anywhere. I mean, I guess you guys will let me know about that. But we'll see. I mean, that's definitely more of the politics part, which I don't spend a whole lot on. I may obviously cover it because it was such a strong issue with what happened with the township. But I guess you guys will have to think about it. I understand the idea of a township doing it just for that community, that even if it's 500 people or 1,000, 2,000, there's a level of this is our people and we're going to take care of them. But is it truly necessary? Can things be done in the same way or even better if it gets absorbed into a larger situation? I don't know. I have no clue. But the fact that there's so many, it gives more opportunities for people to do nefarious things, to do corrupt things, because there's so many elected officials and they can able to control certain situations, certain money. So I guess that's something that you guys have to think about. I don't think in New York City, we have New York, do you have townships? I probably should know that. I probably don't. And so when you say lose residents, are they moving out? Are they like getting absorbed somehow? Like how are they losing them? Let's be honest. Napoleon Harris saved Thornton Township. Okay. I mean, I guess he was he's the most famous person. He jumped in and said, "I'm running," and that was it. He just won. Personally, it would be nice if he did a little bit more public speaking about it. But Everyone that says, when you say that, they say, no, he was there. He's been on the ground. He talks locally. He's not a big public speaker person. He's not going to show up at CBS or, MSC, NBC Chicago to talk about this. So hopefully he'll be able to fix or at least alter some of the situations because the Dolton Township was run in such a chaotic way that there are going to be people who are going to jump in and say, yeah, you know what? Why even have this? Let's get rid of it. Even though it's because of how Super Mayor was running things. That's what happens when you bring people to have that different perspective. David says, oh, they all moved out. Okay. But you know what? Listen, I'm in New York City. Tons of people are leaving. Right? People are leaving the state of California. They're leaving the state of New York, and they're moving to Texas. They're moving to Florida. They're moving to everyone else but New York City and California. There's an exodus. People are like, it's too expensive. It's crazy over here. The weather sucks. At least in California, people are moving, but I bet you they're not moving to anywhere cold. They're probably just moving to Texas. Texas is nice. And I didn't even go to Dallas. San Antonio, I think last year I went to Irving, Texas. Yeah, I can see why people move there. I can see it. I saw some of the apartment prices because, I'm always talking about apartments. I got to get my stuff together to get a house. And it wasn't too bad. But again, I didn't go to Dallas. I didn't go to Houston. So I don't know how crazy the housing prices or the apartment prices over there. But I liked it. The only thing I will say the only thing I have, I have a contend with the Texas thing is, they need to get that 420 up and going. Like, come on, Texas, get it together. Everyone is doing it. Just stop. Like, come on, what's going on? Come on, people need it in medicine. People need it in medicine. Oregon is getting worse than Oh yeah, Portland, yeah. Please don't be renting in your 50s. I'm gonna try not to. That's the plan. I guess I have 10 years left. I look, and I don't think I'll be in an apartment in my 50s, but I do believe that it is coming very quick. So yeah, I definitely will. Hopefully, I'm a homeowner before I'm 50 years old. Before I get too gray in the beard. Yeah, Texas hot. I didn't go. Well, last year I was there during August. This year I was only in San Antonio in the middle of March. So it was pretty cool. Really? Well, at least you could. Well, you could drive to Jersey and New York City. So I guess it's not that bad. But yeah, like come on, people. Pennsylvania, get it together. Texas, get it together. Keep your. Well, I'm not talking about fentanyl. Just like I'm not talking about crack or heroin. Just talking about a plant. But I feel you. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. What state you talking about? Is everybody doing conservatives want? If you want blood, go to New Mexico. I mean, people are gonna get it no matter what. I mean, it's kind of interesting, like with the gun laws, right? So, Illinois has tons of really strict gun laws, but from what I hear, if you want to get a gun, you'll just drive over the border and get it somewhere else. So people gonna find what they want anyway. People gonna get what they want. It depends on how much they love it. They'll find ways to go get it. I don't know. I mean, I think the harder drugs is the stuff that's taking people out. Marijuana, for the most part, yeah, it still does pretty well, and people lace it with terrible things. But yeah, a balance would work, right? I mean, you don't have to be, I'm not saying try to do some drug running or anything like that. Vacation in California a couple weeks ago, and easily. Yeah, I was in LA either last year or the year before, and the traffic, like New York City, we have the worst traffic, but that LA traffic, that was next level. I think I remember being in traffic at 10:30 at night or something like that, like heavy. I'm like, where are these people going? Why y'all outside? As much as people complain about New York City traffic, and it is bad, but after 9, 10 o'clock, you could drive reasonably fine without dealing with too much situations at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I can drive to Manhattan and not be stuck somewhere unless it's an accident. But when I was downtown LA, no. It was a lot of, it was just too much cars. I was like, damn. Yeah, it was much. Ron Baltimore with the 149 super chat. Appreciate your donation. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Weed is legal. Yeah. And like fentanyl, nah, man. I ain't trying to mess with no fentanyl, man. Like that's, don't do that. Yeah, obviously. Can't buy alcohol. Yeah, Donna, no problem. You got to plan it out, right? And I'm not even the biggest drinker. I drink a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Luckily, not luckily, but I have always having like stomach issues. Like if I drink too much or eat too much, I'm like, I don't feel great, especially the day after. So I'm not a big alcohol drinker. And I don't know what the super server is showing. I don't know what was like did he get into a fight or something? I don't know. He could just talk about that with Vivian. Shannon says, okay. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Can't complain about that. And I like PA too. Every once in a while we drive over there to spend some time. Nice house in the woods. I like PA a lot, but I'm assuming that weather too. So you basically going one cold place to the next. But there's some really nice spots in Pennsylvania. Not Philly. I don't want to go live in Philly, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, New Jersey is not that bad. I know a lot of people, it's like a running joke about, New Jersey being like the redheaded stepchild of New York City. But I know a lot of clients that walk dogs, they moved to Jersey. So you're right there. You could, if you have a car, you could drive back and forth. Well, that congestion pricing is going to hit you, but you don't have to be in New York City to work in New York City. You could be in Jersey spending, less money on everyday stuff. Yeah, it's too many people, too many cars, too many people. Same thing here. It's too many people in New York City. But for some reason, we all don't want to live. We don't. Yeah, exactly. We all don't want to leave. We are perfectly fine staying in these packed places where you can't find a parking spot. Once you find it, you better hold on to it. It's going to be taken away. Then you're going to be just driving around to find a parking spot. We live in this hell and we just stay in it for some reason. I don't know. But for me, I'm stuck because as I do dog walking, that's the second business. So it's dog walking and it's YouTube. I can't just pick up and just take the dogs with me to go, basically if I went and moved somewhere else, I would have to start all over again. And that's something to really, you gotta really take seriously. So that's why I'm kind of still here doing my thing. Gentrification. It's happening. It's happening here. Where I live is getting gentrified. Manhattan is so expensive that everyone is starting to come into, areas of Brooklyn where you never thought they would ever show up. There's folks now moving in. They're going to Crown Heights. They're going to Bronzeville, and New Yorkers know what I'm talking about. They're coming in. They're already here in Bushwick. Obviously, they're already in Williamsburg and Park Slope and those places where the rent is extremely expensive because all the Manhattanites, the ones who leave, they can't afford Manhattan prices, but they could definitely afford Brooklyn prices. So that's why, the apartment prices are so expensive. Yeah, really? Detroit is the place to be. I thought people had like a negative view on Detroit, but let me know. All I know is the football team is pretty good now. Yeah, good for them. All right, how long is this executive session was going on? We still sitting here. I'm assuming they're probably not going to have a whole lot to say after that. So once that is up, we still have another live tomorrow. I don't know what time that live is. Now you guys got me thinking, should I change the thumbnail on that one? I mean, I don't want to get people upset about the live. Actually, I can't see it. Damn it. I can't see it on this phone here. But it's tomorrow. The time is already up there. But yeah, I gotta check it. Did I say Tiffany Henyard is coming? I don't remember saying that. But I think the people who've been checking out this story for quite a while, you don't know what's going to happen. It's quite possible she may show up tomorrow. If I was a betting man, I would assume that she's not going to show up. But you never know. You never know. Oh, that's what's up. Cool. That's what's up. Yeah, that's good. You know what? If it is, you don't want to talk too much about it, because then people start coming and start moving in. You know, I mean, that's why everyone just jumped and moved to Florida and Texas, because people were talking about how great it is. Then you start seeing a lot of people show up. What's another one that people keep telling me that's a good idea to go to? Tennessee, Nashville. A lot of people say Nashville is another hot spot. A lot of people are moving to. If I could move to Illinois, Florida, Texas, Nevada, I would. I live in Dolton Township ever since I was 6, and for a generally quiet area like South Holland, property taxes are high. And that's another thing. Property taxes, can any of this be alleviated by some difference in how government is moving, where some of these things can be resolved? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's not how it works, but I don't think it's a bad idea to at least talk about what can be done to change things, and a change that could be radical enough that actually can make things beneficial for the residents. So I don't know if eliminating townships would be the move, but I don't know. Yeah. I heard. I think they don't have state tax, do they? I don't think they do. And I know there's a good amount of jobs that's over there. Stephanie, I totally agree. It's too many of the same people holding 3, 4, 5 different positions, and there's definitely conflicts of interest involved. If you're the mayor, but also you're the liquor commissioner, I see Jason House coming through right now. I guess they're about to finish it up. I think that's just not a great idea. We always say there's no jobs. There's enough jobs. We don't need one person doing 4 or 5 things. It doesn't make a lot of sense. There's a conflict of interest, and things go awry when one person is effing everything up. But I guess they're about to start, so let's get back into it and finish this meeting, and then we'll kind of recap everything that we've talked about.
This is not how I want this to be. Sorry. I'm left-handed, y'all, so it didn't look right. I know, it's weird.
It's all yours.
Okay. Watch your way. You okay? Y'all see me trying to get up and sneak away? Sorry, y'all. What did I just do? There we go.
Okay, we wanna,
Sorry, y'all. My bad.
time is 8:31. I'd ask for a motion to reconvene this meeting.
I make a motion.
Okay, a second.
Second.
Motion by trustee Belcher, second by trustee Tammy Brown. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Present.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher. Mayor Pro Tem House.
Aye. Okay, we're gonna go into approval of item D. Here we go. Going to item D, motion to accept Premier Bank's offer to bring the work releases current. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second? Here, motion, trustee Norwood. We got a second by trustee Stan Brown. Pause for a moment. Trustee Norwood. And trustee Stan Brown. Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, clerk, can you please call the roll?
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood. Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, next is a motion to name Mayor Henyard as third-party defendant in the lawsuit with Metric Media versus Village of Dolton. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Any second?
Second.
Okay, motion is trustee Belcher, second trustee Tammy Brown. Any discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, and then is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
All right.
Motion trustee Belcher, second trustee Norwood, and third trustee Stanley. Please call the roll.
Tammy Brown. Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher. Aye. Mayor Pro Tem House.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 8:34 p.m.
All right, peoples. Let's kind of do a little recap and see what was going on. So I want to put this back real quick. I guess we won't know exactly what was done in executive session. Maybe later on, if I give information, I'll let you guys know. But here we go. So again, I don't want to get beat up, guys. The thumbnail was confusing, even though I thought I'd done that a few times, but you know what? It makes sense. Maybe I should have had more like a question. Will she show up? But anyway, it looks like she's not showing up. Mary Henyard looks like ghosted the Village of Dolton right now. It looks like there's no calls, no shows, no emails, just poofed into the ether. And this was the last village board meeting before Jason House officially becomes mayor. So, at this point, what else Henyard is going to do? We were assuming that she's going to come in and do the big send-off speech. I still feel like she's going to do that. I guess she probably won't necessarily be in a meeting, but probably online or something like that. But she's not here. And I know some of you guys were really upset about that. You guys want the smoke show. You want all the drama. Yes, it has been entertaining. In some ways, not in a good way. It was more like watching that clown car crashing into some kind of, I don't know, courthouse. Like, if she doesn't want to gracefully move out of power, I believe for the sake of everyone involved, she probably should just step aside quietly. Let's not, spare everyone another confrontation. I mean, it's going to be an argument. It's going to get all rowdied and, maybe her people show up. Like, what's the point at this? What's the point? I think the town or the village has been through enough of this circus already. So Tiffany Henyard hasn't been seen. She's moved past. So this meeting looks like more of a handoff on trying to correct a lot of issues that plagued the village for some time. And that's why I'm showing you guys the screenshot of all of these businesses. So a motion to override Mayor Henyard's de facto veto of the following business liquor license that allow Mayor Pro Temp Jason House to sign said license that have been approved by the corporate authorities. And these been sitting here, who knows how long? How long is these things been sitting here? Think about it. Imagine if you are a local entrepreneur, right? You're ready to kickstart your dream business in Dolton. You've got the plan, you got the passion, but there's like just this really small, tiny problem that your business license is stuck in some kind of limbo. And the problem is this has been the reality for several business owners as Mayor Henyard allegedly stalled the approval process for reasons that we do not know. We can guess. Did you play ball with her? Did you say something negative about her? Did you associate yourself with people she didn't like? That you may not get your license. You may not get your license. It may take a while. You may have to be forced. You have to force the judge to make her sign these licenses. So the trustees, decided to kind of swoop in and override these mayor vetoes, granting these businesses the green light they've been waiting for. It's like they've been waiting for hours for that Wi-Fi password, and they couldn't get online until someone shared it. It's like, for months, or maybe years, Henyard has been blocking these business licenses, and it only hurts the people who live there. Again, there's local shops, there's restaurants, there's beauty supply stores. They're left on pending. These things can uplift the community. They provide jobs, they provide money, economy, like the things that most mayors say that they want for their places that they're serving. Hey, I want businesses to come in, and this was being held up. Now, I don't know what the Pokemon company. That's the one thing that drives me. I want to look up this. Do they sell Pokeballs, or this is legit a Pokemon company? It's probably not. It's probably a Pokeball. But anyway, I don't know. Or maybe even Pikachu is mad with Henyard. I don't know. It just is what it is. So game over here. They override her vetoes, approve all these licenses with or without her. And, you're not here. I think they're saying cool. They're just going to do it themselves. Now, the last thing I saw, we could talk about this other thing. B, the discussion of a forensic audit. And I think that, Belcher has been talking about how money has been spent with the village for quite some time. You can remember all the meetings, her going back and forth with Henyard about how she spent all of that money on those Tahoes with the ridiculous, terrible interest rate, just taking advantage of the village, because they seem that these companies, First Leasing and all these places, are just taking advantage of municipalities that don't know what they're doing. So to put that forensic audit to really examine what's going on, I think that's extremely important. I think someone says like Doge or whatever you think about it in terms of just trying to get to the bottom of what has been spent. So I think that's obviously something that people wanted to do. And what's the other thing that I found is interesting? I didn't find this case, and anyone who has this case, let me know. The motion to name Tiffany Henyard as the third-party defendant in the lawsuit Metric Media versus Dolton. The attorney, Michael McGrath, put this up. Another lawsuit for Tiffany Henyard. Like, how many lawsuits had, like, she's the MJ of lawsuits. Just tons and tons of them. Like, it's amazing. So there's a defamation lawsuit on the table, Metric Media versus Dolton. The trustees have voted to add Henyard as a third-party defendant. So the translation is, if this lawsuit is going down, you're going to go down with us. There's a link to that Pokemon? Okay, I'll look at it later. If it's, I don't think it's the Pokemon or the Poke that I'm talking about, but maybe it is. But about this lawsuit, so they believe that Henyard is the one who lit the match with this situation. Allegedly, she made statements or used some official village resources the way that caused or escalated the conflict with Metric Media. I don't have any details. If I do, I will put this in later. But the village is being sued. So the village is getting sued. The trustees want the court to consider her direct role in it. So if it's true, this is a bold way of saying, see, she started it. Like, she started this, ain't no problem with us. So we'll see exactly more details. I'm not sure. Critical Smoker, what's going on? Appreciate you hanging out with us. I missed you, man. Sherry says this has been sitting for a couple of years. Yeah, I got to check that out. I'm not exactly sure, but Henyard probably has something to do with it. So we'll definitely we'll get a chance to check that out. But basically, they want to put her in there. Another lawsuit. What else is there? So Henyard is missing. Stuff is being changed. Stuff is being overridden. Basically taking over some of the stuff that she's been doing. We'll see what happens in the future. Obviously, with this is the last meeting that Henyard will be the mayor. So we'll see what Jason House does. I see a lot of positivity. It was some issues with the St. Patrick's building. Hopefully, they figure out the issue with that. I think it was more for them right now is the logistics of the parking. So hopefully that can get resolved quickly. But in terms of the engineering and structural stuff, hopefully that's good because obviously you want people to go in the building and not worry about getting hurt. But business licenses are being cleared. Henyard's vetoes are overwritten. I think that's how you say it. Lawsuit just rolling forward with her name now attached to it. So the board is functioning. It's a boring meeting. How most of these meetings are supposed to be boring. And right now we have no response from Tiffany Henyard. Maybe she's on Facebook or something. This is we always do Henyard watches. We want to make sure that if she has something to say, we want to report it. And she got nothing. Oh, she shared something that Terrence Howard said. Let me see if I can. Oh, actually, let me hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find. Is this Facebook? Okay. So I can show you. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you guys. I think many of you guys got. Blocked by her. But this is the only thing that she put 2 days ago. She shared from Terrence Howard, another really interesting fellow. The world is going to judge you no matter what you do. So live your life the way you want to. Interesting. I don't think it's as simple as that comment is. The world's going to judge you, sure, but you can't commit or allegedly commit crimes. So you want to live your life, but also just be prepared of the consequences if you choose to live your life in a way that causes problems for you. You know, that like you have the ability to live your life and do anything you want. Like if you decide to rob a bank, you can live that life, but you can get yourself arrested and spend decades of your life in jail. So I don't know. But that's what Tiffany Henyard is. That was 2 days ago. Or she reposted it yesterday, and she has the hashtags I stand with Tiff, hashtag Tiffany Henyard, hashtag trust God, hashtag never give up. So I don't know what the hell that means. Does that mean she's going to show up for the meeting tomorrow? Who knows? But I know a lot of you guys have that. Believe it. I'm going to look at that and see if Metric Media is owned by or is like the parent company. But I'll look that up and see what's going on. But on that note, are you sure you guys is that Pikachu? Is Pikachu? She tried to hold back Pikachu from getting a business license. I hope it's not true. Or Squirtle or Charmander. I'm sorry, you guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna move past it. I played Pokemon a long time ago. My son is not into that game really. He's more into Roblox. But I don't want to divert and get distracted. So we'll see what happens. Hashtag Tiffany and Orange. But yeah, so hopefully I get some information and I'll post it in tomorrow about exactly Metric Media and some details if I'm able to get that. But we'll be back here tomorrow with another meeting and we'll see if she shows up. And I'll try to put the thumbnail in a way that people are not going to beat me up and kidnap me because they thought that I guarantee that Tiffany Henyard was going to show up. And I never said that because I don't think anyone can control what she does. But I think the people here, they understand what I'm talking about. But on that note, appreciate everyone that is here. Appreciate checking it out. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the subs. All that good stuff. We kind of get into the end of the road. You know, we'll play that. We're gonna play that Boys and Men song. Well, not on the stream because I don't want to get the stream blocked. But you know what I'm saying. We're getting to the end of the road, so we'll be here tomorrow. And we'll get some. Hopefully, we'll get some information on some of that lawsuit right there. So, yeah. Sorry, Sea River, and again, we'll be more clear next time. I don't want you guys to sick the feds on me. But on that note,